I gotta get these clips. This is Le Pen. Her dad, a hero of World War II, when they came back in to take France back, a patriot, a nationalist, a guy involved with de Gaulle and people getting the sovereignty of France back and getting the nukes away from NATO that was going to just control France. People make fun of France all day. France has been through a lot. Half their male population died just in the Napoleonic Wars. They had the French Revolution before that for a decade. I mean, France got its back broken. France wasn't losing wars before. It was one of the most warlike, aggressive countries in the world. People just finally, they killed all the men, basically. And I'm not saying there isn't some strong Frenchmen, but they all got killed out, folks. The only guys that hid out under the barn were left. You got in a battle with the French 200 years ago. It wasn't 215 years ago. It wasn't fun. It's the French with the Norman that conquered England. But the whole issue here is that Le Pen is a great lady. I know people that know her well, and they really care. She is battling Soros. She's leading groups for decades against him. She tried to stop the Islamic invasion, and now Paris is on fire, and other cities, 6 other cities are on fire. The heart of the city was on fire, and the news won't say it's Islamic. Nowhere. It's Islamic. They say, we think it started with some black guy got beat up by police from Africa, whatever. What it is, and then they never show the evidence of that. It is a bunch of third world giant populations led by the Islamicists being directed by social media. They're allowed to organize on everything to somehow bully France into a further open border. And you go, that would get Le Pen elected. Well, no. They think they're just going to arrest her or steal the election and block her, and they're going to just continue to flood France. Ladies and gentlemen, their tourism's down over 50% in 1 year, over 80% in the last 5. It's gone. Because you go to Paris, there is feces all over the ground in the nicest areas and just wandering people everywhere. And the roads all over France are in a disaster zone with people running up out of the woods with hatchets if you stop at a sign in the woods and just raping you and your family and robbing you of your vehicle. And it's all covered up, except by people on YouTube that catch it on tape. And this is what's been done. And again, the globalists have expanded the third world, destroyed it, dumbed it down. Then they have a gangster hip-hop culture that is overlaid. I don't care if it's Appalachian whites or North African blacks. You listen to this stuff, you get into it. It's thug culture, and then it just explodes. And it's designed to bring everything down to create global turmoil. So then a global military can come in and mop it up after the collapse that they're only beta testing right now. And I've been telling you this for close to 20 years. Because I had sources inside the Pentagon that were reporting it to me, and even locals as well, that were beta testing this, and they'd always say, oh, Jones says it's coming now. No, I said it's coming later. And I made films on it, and now the military comes out in press releases, videos, and announcements and says, we're going to have to occupy every city on Earth. The United States is going to fall, and society's broken, we've been told. And people go, oh, see, the military's evil. No, they're being given the job of cleaning up what the globalists are engineering. You'll be begging when your city's burning for the military to come in. So again, the news will say, I'm saying the military is coming to kill us. No, that's not what I said. Coming soon to a city near you, the U.S. military plan to take over America permanently. And Trump knows about this, and Mattis knows about this, and they all don't want to do that. They like happy folks and farmers and industry and life and mom and apple pie, and that's the plan. They're trying to kill the plan. It's not that they're even perfect, but I mean, they're not pure evil. They don't want just some horrible, over-the-top system where the globalists are so arrogant, they've admitted their whole plan to everybody. That's what's crazy. You'll never force feed anybody this. I don't care if you shut the web off or shut us off. That'll make what we've said even more valuable in people's minds and hearts. They're making the same mistake tyrants always make because there's something about the type of brain. They can get sucked into a tyrant's type mindset. It's just, they just feed on the power trip and feed on it and just feel invincible and are just high on just this spirit of domination. And you notice it's always weird, demonic, hunchback creatures like Hillary or Bill or, you know, this Evan McMullen guy and all these people, because a normal person is so confident and so nice and so good. I mean, the meanest guys I've ever known in my life are the sweetest, nicest people you could ever imagine, and they'll do anything for you, and they care about you so much until you do something to them, and then they will rip your head directly off your shoulders. And the problem is, in this modern world, the men are busy and distracted just taking care of their families while their families are being taken away from them by the globalists and the culture and all of it. And we just have to understand that we're not declaring war on them. They declared war on us. And they're going to find out that we know what they've done. And we're not going to sit here while they go on CNN and have CIA operatives that have run whole operations to try to run a domestic operation against the president of the United States. That is completely and totally illegal. But I told people months ago, they're planning on killing Trump. They're planning on saying he's a Russian agent and coming out and saying he's a Russian agent. And when they do, they're getting ready to assassinate him. And President Trump, you know, guys, can you guys pull up, they're planning to kill Trump, Alex Jones, or the reports that, I mean, we've written articles and countless videos in the last 2 months, but it goes back 2 months ago where I did all these reports and I said they are preparing, I'm just type in, CIA is preparing to kill President Trump. It was even picked up by newspapers. Just click news. And you can see where I said it's a threat continuum where they keep building it up, saying, oh, there's some Russians involved, oh, there's some Russians inside, oh, there's some Russians in the White House, oh, you know, Trump knew about it, anything. Trump's a Russian agent. It was in the Evening Standard in England. It was in the Associated Press here in the United States. Russian insiders fear Washington establishment will assassinate Trump. Yeah, that's from this week. This is from you can click news and get it. You just type in warning elite will try to kill Trump. Yeah, that's not it. You know, I'll find it during the break. It's all right. It was my maximum emergency for 2 months, maximum of the crew, maximum of the reporters, maximum, but just absolutely every day hammering articles, videos, everywhere where I explained, and even newspapers picked it up, where I said, the elite are planning to kill Trump by pushing this Russian narrative, by selling it to different groups inside the intelligence agencies that it's okay to kill the president because he's really a Russian agent, and that they'll try to run this operation saying he's a domestic enemy. And I used those terms, and I said they'd use COG to try to bring down the president. We'll get them during the break. But right now, let's go ahead and go to this Le Pen. Le Pen is on course to be France's next president, fund manager says, from AI analysis, and the same big AI analysis groups said Trump was going to win. See, the real analytics with computers and mass movements, you know what's going to happen. That's why I was telling you Trump was 10, 15, 20 points ahead, depending on the state. That's why they were so panicked and freaking out and saying he's going to lose, he's going to lose, he's evil, he's KKK, kill him, kill him, kill him. Well, he's going to lose. Why are you saying kill him, kill him, kill him? Because they knew. I'm going to try to search this. It's not a big deal, but I have this. I'm not really OCD, but just about stuff like this I am. There it is. I mean, because this is just absolutely essential that we get to this. I mean, it's, you know, you got to collect news is the issue. See, guys, that's what I'm telling you. Okay? Now, you type into that CIA planning to kill Trump, Infowars.com. CIA planning to kill Trump. Yeah, that's the search. That's how you're going to find it. Scroll down. There it is. Oh, there's a spectator saying, will they kill him on the CIA ousting? There you go. CIA and Obama plotting to murder Donald Trump. That's it. But there's a bunch of them, and I did reports. It's so important I ought to just shut the show down until I have it. Because I did emergency reports up here. I did everything. And I laid out the whole continuum, because the public needs to see this, where I laid out the entire continuum starting 2 months ago, how they would build it up and get you ready, because at first it'd be asinine to say he's a Russian agent with no proof, and they would just create this whole cloud and then call for impeachment, then call for his overthrow, then call for his murder, and then when you heard the CIA people come out and start saying it, then you knew that they were seriously thinking about killing him. It's the Evening Standard has the video. The London Evening Standard. Will the CIA assassinate Trump? Ron Paul warns of more powerful shadow government. Yeah, that was about a week after I did it, or 2 weeks after I did it. Alex Jones, emergency measures to President Trump. Let's see that video. Everything is now turned over to this. In fact, with all the reporters, everybody else, because I've been wanting for 4 or 5 days just to talk about how they're censoring his Twitter feed. And these are the key things. This is how we'll defeat them, by focusing on the keys. Let's go and go to the Le Pen clip. Here it is.
Investors in the financial markets are nervous about you because you want to return France.
Yeah, sovereignty's bad.
Why?
Pour une raison très simple, c'est qu'en réalité, on est maître.
For a very simple reason. In reality, we are in control of our own country so long as we have our own currency. Money is one of the elements of sovereignty. If you don't have your own currency, you allow others to impose on your economic policies, your immigration policies, your social policies. The political austerity that is imposed today by the European Union is founded on the euro. We are a free people. We fought for this. You too fought to be a free people. It was not so that today we could give it all away to technocrats that we have not elected, who decided for us which policies we should adopt. And I don't want to accept the euro, which is no longer a currency in the spirit of the European Union, but is in reality a weapon, that it sticks in our sides to force us to go where they please. The euro is a failure. It's an economic failure. It's a social failure. It's one of the reasons for which France has seen such a high rate of unemployment, for which France has become so much poorer, for which our industry has failed, for which we are confronted with an unfair international rivalry. There is no reason for us not to return to our own national currency.
All right, then let's go to the other clip. So this is, again, Le Pen, who is surging and set to win the election unless they kill her or cover it up. And our State Department says, we're going to help block her from winning because she's pro-Trump, showing you how the State Department is still just completely out of control in open rebellion. But none of those crimes matter because, you know, a few traitors in the government say Trump's national security advisor said, yeah, we'll set you up with the president to talk about sanctions. That's what you do. They admit that's what you do. But, oh, he's a big threat now. So Le Pen, the euro is a weapon used against EU nations. Le Pen, we will leave the EU to restore sovereignty. We're going to come back with that after the break. And look, if I get upset on air, folks, and frustrated, it's not with the crew. I mean, this is just incredibly epic times. It's so over the top, and everybody knows it's effective to show people your predictions word for word, but we can never find them, ever. Maybe 1 out of 5,000. I mean, every listener heard it freaking 500 times. Warning, you know, that might be it. Elite will try to kill Trump. Trump is a danger if he continues to take on the entire establishment. What date is that? That's November 11th, right after the deal. Yeah, but it came about a week after that. See, the newspapers picked it up. That's what's getting me angry here, is that we've got Alex Jones, CIA planning to kill Trump. British newspapers picked it up. So did U.S. newspapers. I understand there's thousands of them reporting on the stuff, but, you know, we're going to find it. We'll be back. I'm Alex Jones. Look, I got so upset earlier. I didn't get to all the Le Pen quotes. Here it is. Reality of Le Pen is a shock to the establishment. We just played that. Number 2, Le Pen, the euro is a weapon used against EU nation states. Number 3, Le Pen, France will leave the EU to restore sovereignty. I want to play more of that. This is really good news. This is really positive. And I get frustrated because it's not the crew. There are so many hundreds of articles that have come out now, just since I first predicted it, saying the CIA needs to kill Trump. He's a Russian agent. I told everybody they're building up to that to say he's a Russian agent, time to kill him. And what I was getting upset about, if you're a radio listener, is while they were putting all of that up on the screen, as they were search engineering, as I was reading it, it was mainstream news saying the CIA needs to kill Trump. So they've now gone further than I even thought. They've gone from, oh, there might be a few Russians that got involved, might have been hacked, to, oh, the American people didn't really vote for Trump. The Russians stole it with no evidence. To, oh, there's a few Russians maybe talking to people inside the administration. To, Trump's not allowed to talk to Russians. To, he is a Russian. To, he is a, quote, domestic enemy and needs to be killed. And then they search engine, and I didn't even know that there were articles everywhere today saying, kill Trump, CIA, kill Trump. I mean, the so-called left is just a bunch of mentally ill losers that hate everybody in prosperity and hate somebody trying to cut their taxes. They're just a bunch of miserable morons that have been conned, and they're such losers, they're like brainwashed by their very Stockholm controllers. There's one of the articles. What was the date of that? That was December 21st. Shock claim the CIA is trying to assassinate Donald Trump. They were certainly pushing the idea beforehand. And there's a bunch of others where I said they're going to build it up and then say time to kill him. And now they're doing it. Alex Jones, the CIA is trying to assassinate Donald Trump. I said they're preparing everyone, December 20th, that's Salon, to want to do it, to sell the idea, to normalize it before they do it. They're preparing the ground. And what comes next? The killing of the 45th president, or setting a nuke off in D.C., or blowing up federal buildings and claiming patriots did it. I mean, they're moving, and everybody just needs to know, look at who the globalists are, look at who's running things, look at who's doing this to our country, and remember, someday, maybe soon, maybe long time, might be in between, they will be brought to justice, and they need to know that, because they're a bunch of megalomaniac, narcissistic, borderline personality disorder loons. And me, I'm here letting you know how I feel, rallying humanity to get out of their complacency. And I will tell you, the demographics, the numbers, President Trump's operation has directly credited me over the telephone with being one of the key liberty demographics that put Trump over the edge. The shock troops, you name it. And it was everybody together, but I'm just telling you, the enemy knows that. Trump's got a press conference beginning in a few minutes we're going to go to, just see what he's saying. Just briefly, I need to fund this operation, and I need your prayers. We've come out with what is the ultimate caveman true paleo formula made with cartilage, bone broth, and paleo ingredients, the next generation of advanced paleo nutrition. Everybody's into whey and stuff. Yeah, that's great, folks. And you can obviously mix this with milk. It's got a little bit of sweetener from stevia in it and chocolate, in it. It's cocoa, but we're going to come out with one that is unflavored as well. But the point is, it's amazing. It's the highest quality. It is concentrated, and it supports the broadcast. There are competitors out there that don't have half the substance this does that cost more. And it's discounted out of the gates. A lot of folks are getting it, so thank you for your support. Caveman, True Paleo. We also have the fluoride-free toothpaste with iodine and colloidal silver and more. Superblue at InfoWarsLife.com or InfoWarsStore.com. And you get great things you need for yourself, your family, your body, and you fund the operation. So whether it's X2, the good halogen, or Brain Force, or Secret 12, it's all available at InfoWarsStore.com. You can also get your, I got something key to say when we come back. We got to, I meant to start the show with this. This is so, stay with us. This is key. Tell everybody to tune in, folks. This is total war against humanity. We're going to defeat them. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say, see, I told you so, that communist Chinese-style net censorship was coming to the web, because it's already here. It's being announced. The way you keep the internet open and free is you get involved more than ever. Go to Infowars.com/app. A new battleship in the fight. Infowars Live, available right now. We're looking for a crew to man it. You going to sit down and play games and be a trendy? Or are you going to be part of history? Don't sit by and let the internet and free speech be stolen from you. Take action. I gotta get these clips. This is Le Pen. Her dad, a hero of World War II, when they came back in to take France back, a patriot, a nationalist, a guy involved with de Gaulle and people getting the sovereignty of France back and getting the nukes away from NATO that was going to just control France. People make fun of France all day. France has been through a lot. Half their male population died just in the Napoleonic Wars. Now, the French Revolution before that for a decade. I mean, France got its back broken. France wasn't losing wars before. It was one of the most warlike, aggressive countries in the world. People just finally, they killed all the men, basically. And I'm not saying there isn't some strong Frenchmen, but they all got killed out, folks. The only guys that hid out under the barn were left. You got in a battle with the French 200 years ago. It wasn't 215 years ago. It wasn't fun. It's the French with the Norman that conquered England. But the whole issue here is that Le Pen is a great lady. I know people that know her well, and they really care. She is battling Soros. She's leading groups for decades against him. She tried to stop the Islamic invasion, and now Paris is on fire, and other cities, 6 other cities are on fire. The heart of the city was on fire, and the news won't say it's Islamic. Nowhere. It's Islamic. They say, we think it started when some black guy got beat up by police from Africa. Whatever. What it is, and then they never show the evidence of that. It is a bunch of third world giant populations led by the Islamicists being directed by social media. They're allowed to organize on everything to somehow bully France into a further open border. And you go, that would get Le Pen elected. Well, no. They think they're just going to arrest her or steal the election and block her, and they're going to just continue to flood France. Ladies and gentlemen, their tourism's down over 50% in 1 year, over 80% in the last 5. It's gone. Because you go to Paris, there is feces all over the ground in the nicest areas and just wandering people everywhere. And the roads all over France are in a disaster zone with people running up out of the woods with hatchets if you stop at a sign in the woods and just raping you and your family and robbing you of your vehicle. And it's all covered up, except by people on YouTube that catch it on tape. And this is what's been done. And again, the globalists have expanded the third world, destroyed it, dumbed it down. Then they have a gangster hip-hop culture that is overlaid. I don't care if it's Appalachian whites or North African blacks. You